Welcome back, everyone. So glad you're joining me for today's explainer. We are tackling a big one today, PTE essay number 9, which dives right into a massive global issue, climate change. Now, if you've been with us before, you know we don't just read essays here. We memorize them easily and naturally. And we're going to do exactly that today by breaking this essay down step by step, using our highly effective PER structure. So get comfortable, take a breath, and let's jump right in. All right, let's look at the exact prompt you're going to face on test day. Read this along with me. Climate change is a concerning global issue. Who has the main responsibility to take action to solve this problem? Governments, large companies, or individuals? Now pay very close attention to those core keywords in there. We're looking at climate change, main responsibility, and governments. For our introduction, we want to keep our main opinion incredibly clear and direct. We're going to argue that, yes, sure, everyone has a role to play, but governments have the primary duty. Why? Because they possess the absolute unique power to actually make laws and protect the environment. Okay, moving right along to our first body paragraph. Let's see how this argument builds logically using our PER method. We start with the point. Governments play a vital role. Simple, right? Then we need to explain that point. How exactly do they play a vital role? Well, they can introduce environmental laws and control industries. Next up is our example. We always need to ground our explanation in reality, so governments can limit factory emissions and encourage clean energy. Finally, we land on the result. What actually happens when they do all that? Less pollution and better environmental conditions. Do you see how naturally that flows from one idea to the very next? Now, let's tackle our second body paragraph. Our point here shifts slightly. Instead of laws, we're talking about money. Governments can invest in long-term environmental projects. We explain this by pointing out that they actually have the massive financial resources required to support sustainable development. For our example, we look at exactly where those funds go. Think about things like public transport, renewable energy, and education. And the result of those investments? Lower carbon emissions and a much cleaner future. It perfectly highlights their unique financial power, which is a totally separate point from their lawmaking power that we just covered. So here's the million-dollar question. How do you actually remember all this during your high-pressure exam? That's exactly where this visual memory map comes in. Check out the flow here. On the left side for Body 1, just remember this sequence. Government, down to laws, leading to a cleaner environment and ultimately a better quality of life. Now, right next to it, on the right side for Body 2, we follow investment, moving into renewable energy, which results in lower emissions and secures a sustainable future. Just take a deep breath right now, really lock this exact keyword flow into your brain. Trust me, it's going to make recalling this entire sequence so incredibly easy on test day. Let's bring it all home with one final review. The core question asks, who is responsible for climate change? Our main opinion, governments have the main responsibility. Body 1 flows perfectly from government to laws to a cleaner environment. Body 2 flows from investment to renewable energy to a sustainable future. And to wrap it all up, our one-sentence conclusion states that governments absolutely must take the lead due to their authority and resources. Seriously, I highly recommend you take a screenshot of this right now to use as your ultimate study guide. And as you prepare for your test, ask yourself, how can you apply this exact same logical PER structure to completely different global issues? Think about it. I'm going to hold silence for about 10 seconds now, just to let this entire structure truly cement in your memory. You've totally got this.